Hello, everyone. This is Rosa Parra coming at you from still in Las Vegas, Nevada. And day two of CinemaCon 2025 has officially concluded. And I am here to briefly go over what happened at the Lionsgate presentation. So the presentation obviously opened up with Elisa Fedorov, who is the Neon Chief Distribution Officer, and she obviously, Anora just won the Academy Award for Best Picture, which was released by Neon, and they were just acknowledging and giving their flowers to the film, but also using that and using the speech that the director gave at the Academy Awards to further emphasize and push towards the movie theater experience, and the importance of seeing a movie in a communal experience inside a theater. So from there, she went ahead and showed us two trailers. She showed us the first trailer for The Life of Chuck, a film starring Tom Hiddleston. The trailer looked very, very one of those movies that is a life affirming films that I'm very certain might be one of the most moving movies of this year. And then the next trailer was for the horror thriller titled Together. And this one features Alison Brie and Dave Franco, real life husband and wife. I believe this movie actually premiered earlier this year at the Sundance Film Festival, but I didn't get the chance to watch it. And after seeing the trailer, I'm not sure if I want to. It's one of those movies that it's just very creepy. And the movie certainly promises to redefine the concept of codependency. While I am not a huge fan of the horror genre, especially body horror, I can assure you I won't be watching the movie, not because it does not look good, but quite frankly, because of the opposite. It looks so good, and it looks so horrific and so gory and so just, I just can't. Perhaps I may muster the courage to do so in the future, but as of now, not yet. So then Lionsgate went ahead and kicked off the presentation with, of course, the main focus right now is Ballerina, which is part of the John Wick world. And yeah, Ana de Armas was in attendance. And I don't know, somehow that woman manages to look more stunning in person than she does on screen. And we were treated to a trailer that was accompanied by an extended clip of the movie. So the extended clip was a fighting sequence with Ana de Armas. In it, where it starts, I believe it's a restaurant, and then what fighting sequences starts. These fighting choreography, these sequences are masterfully done, executed, and very much John Wick like. Everything you've seen in John Wick, it's very much you're gonna see it. The clip certainly confirm that this movie certainly takes place in the world of John Wick. Ana de Armas' character is getting her ass kicked, brutally kicked. But at the same time, she is an incredible badass, and she finds a way to get out of certain situations. So then the fighting, it begins at the entrance of the restaurant, moves back to the kitchen area, where a series of plates are used as weapons. And it was funny that when Anna was asked about the movie and specifically filming that sequence, she stated that her and the director were talking how it was a challenge to film that specific scene because the plates, the dishes, they are built, they're purposely built to break easily. So they're fragile. You have to handle them delicately. And the director said it was perhaps his most challenging shot to film, because if you're in the middle of a fight, you're gonna grab a plate. You're not gonna do it delicately because you're not thinking about it. But they were discussing how it was a challenge, and eventually, I mean, what I watched on screen was pretty darn badass. And can't wait, cannot wait for this movie to come out. Anna also did mention she underwent extensive training for the role, and she definitely feels that all of her hard work will pay off in the film. And based on what I witnessed in that clip, yes, I can confirm that. So, trailer looks fantastic. Make sure you check it out when it releases in the theaters. So yeah, from there we were then introduced to Francis Lawrence, David Johnson, and the legend himself, Mark Hamill, for a movie titled The Long Walk, which is based on a Stephen King novel, and it's apparently um, a dystopian film that I had not heard of until just now, until today. We were treated to a trailer. Oh God, it looked very much like something from the world of the Hunger Games. And yes, it's the same director, Francis Lawrence, who directed the Hunger Game films. So yeah, it was definitely a brutal trailer to see, because I was thinking The Long Walk was going to be something, I don't know, an inspiration, I don't know, a motivating, inspirational film, and then I realized that it's not. So the film is set to release on September 12th, 2025. Trailer looks very brutal and haunting, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be checking this one out. But yeah, you know what? It looks uh, very brutal. So we stay with director Francis Lawrence, who is then asked about the Hunger Game franchise, and they said that he said that Hunger Games Sunrise on the Ripping will be released in November 20th, 2026, and they released an animated logo reveal, which I believe is available online. I retweeted it on my Twitter account, so if you want to check that out, very purplish in its color tones and haze. So yeah, and yeah, when we were walking out of the presentation of Lionsgate, we were all given a book, the book that this movie is going to be based on. So I might read the book and see if it's going to be of any interest for me to go out there and check out. And then, yes, from the same world of John Wick, a few things were introduced. I won't be going into much detail because I'll be writing about it a little more, but they were talking about John Wick animated project. I believe this is going to be a prequel and the origin story um, of John Wick, although yeah, it just says animated prequel. They didn't give us any more details about that. And then the next one is that John Wick 5 is in the works. There's a concept that's been approved, and they'll be getting working on that rather soon. And then lastly, they announced that Donnie Yen is set to direct and star in a movie titled Kane. And that's how we were given in terms of the world of John Wick. We were introduced to a trailer for the movie titled Power Ballad, which is gonna, it's produced and it's made from the same people who brought the movie Once, the musical movie, and also Sing Sing. And the movie stars Paul Rudd, Nick Jonas. We were able to get an extended first look on the film. I personally liked it. It's about the character of Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas. They have a interaction. They bond. They create and they come up with a song, and then eventually they don't see each other again. One of them ends up bringing the song to life, making it famous, and going out there with the song, obviously making money, getting popularity, and then the other person is trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, hey, this is my work. I helped create the song. What's going on? And it looks pretty, very serious. It's totally a little bit of everything. Totally, it looks like it can be a funny, very heartfelt movie about an aging man who is trying to still find purpose now that he's at a certain stage of his life. While you have a younger one, the Nick Jonas one, who is also trying to find his purpose in life, but obviously he's at a different stage. So it was very, very interesting to see their dynamic. Never thought I'd be looking forward to a movie starring Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas. I don't even know if that sentence belongs together. But nonetheless, it looked pretty interesting to me. So, and then, yes, we got the movie The Housemaid, which is directed by Paul Feig, starring Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brendan Sinclair, and also based on a book that I had no idea about. And yeah, apparently it's like a little horror thriller with unexpected twists and turns. We did see a trailer for it. Again, it looked okay. Nothing that really picked my interest or anything. And then lastly, um, the presentation ended with a unexpected presentation for the film Hurry Up Tomorrow. The director was present, and then before we knew it, he introduced us to Jenna Ortega, who was also in attendance. And I still can't believe what I'm about to say, but I was in the same room as the Jenna Ortega, and I'm still wrapping my head around that. But they played us the trailer. We saw a little bit more of an extensive view on it, an extensive preview on the film. Again, it looks okay. Nothing too unique or out of the ordinary. And it's starring The Weeknd. And then he had a performance from The Weeknd himself. He went ahead and performed the original song he did for the film, and then he played Blinding Lights or Blinded by the Lights. I was blown away by that performance, and the fact that Lionsgate decided to end the presentation by a performance by The Weeknd is quite mind-boggling. And that alone, if I'm being completely honest, made me interested in checking out the movie, which is set to release on May 16th. So for the Lionsgate presentation, that's all I have for now. Stay tuned. I will be talking about Warner Brothers presentation in another audio. And yeah, also stay tuned for my written article, which goes more into detail into the other announcements that were made in the presentation. All right, guys, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.